Thank you. Frame 19. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Well, I'm sure Ronnie O'Sullivan's breaking off, hoping this will be the last time he breaks off this evening. 12-6 in front. 2 more frames before the mid-set interval. I'm sure Ronnie'd like to get it over before then if he can, just to get as much rest as possible.
Oh, it's definitely available to Mark Williams, this. Just sneak past the brown.
Well, he was upon that shot very, very quickly, wasn't he? He knew he hadn't hit that good. The middle one of the 3 just to the below the blue ball pot, as we see Mark taking this shot in again. And there is, amazingly enough, a chance to get into the black here. I wonder whether he'll risk it. Well, there's your answer.
1.
And with him playing that shot, you know what's in his mind at the moment. And he's only scored 1.
And for once, I agree with you entirely, Mr. Thorne.
8.
It's only 8, but there you go.
1 red, 1 black. That's very nice of the director to put that in, isn't it?
9.
Just count them when there's 15 there.
Well, there were 2 very good attempts this afternoon to equal Stephen Hendry's maximum made on the first day. This may be another one.
16. 17. 24.
Well, clearly the red to the left of the black is causing a problem here. If he's not dead straight, he may not be able to play for the black. Which he couldn't, so that's
25.
End of my prediction. Have to be 1-4-6 instead.
What it also tells me is he's keen to get this match over with. As you said, Willie, nice to get it done and dusted and back to the hotel, have a nice evening off.
32. 39.
Oh dear,
40.
that was careless. That was careless. Massive gap to go through the reds there to get onto the black.
Yellow ball.
Just, I know he's got a relatively new tip on, which is obviously playing very, very
Ronnie
well. But now and
O'Sullivan,
again,
40.
when you get into a ball, you really get into it, and you really get into this. It's the gap he had there to go through the gap. Massive gap. Playing to hit the one that's nearest the pocket, and ideally off 3 cushions, so he won't leave it on. If he catches it off 2 cushions.
Foul and a miss. Mark Williams, 4.
I don't see that he can hit that red. I thought he was playing the one that's nearest the pocket. And I can't understand why he would want to play that red next to the black, John.
No, I think he may be struggling to hit the one that's near the pocket, but the angles the way they are, but we'll soon see. He's playing the same one again.
Foul and a miss. Mark Williams,
It's not on
4.
that shot, I'm afraid.
Foul and a miss. Mark Williams, 4.
Yeah, we often talk on commentary about how cushions slide. Once you've hit the second cushion, they widen a little bit more. And if you happen to hit the third cushion, it widens even more. Now, he was 40 points in front a few moments ago. He's now only 28. I'm afraid, Ronnie, this shot's not on.
Foul and a miss. Mark Williams, 4. Foul and a miss. Mark Williams, 4.
Funny thing is, the last one he's played is probably the right way to play a side cushion and come off from behind so you can just rest on it.
Yeah, the first 3 or 4, John. He was playing 3 cushions, wasn't he? Now he's decided the 4 cushion escape, and that is on.
Doesn't want to slide past it.
Foul and a miss. Mark Williams, 4.
I think it might be going back. Well, it's not quite the record yet.
Might be a record for Ronnie, though. Don't think I've ever seen Ronnie miss 7 snookers on the trot. Obviously, it's very, very simple to hit one of the other reds, but that would leave the game on, so he's got to persevere because he knows this is the only red he can hit to get safe. This is perfect. I think if it bounces... Oh, no, it slid by it again.
Foul and a miss. Mark Williams, 4.
Well, John was just about to tell you the record was 48 points. We're at 28 now. So 5 more misses. Another record he'll hold.
And I commentated on that one as well.
Foul and a miss. Mark Williams, 4.
I don't know whether he's got somewhere to go, but he just looked at his watch. He was suggesting he could be here a little bit longer than he thought. Mark Williams won't mind. Could win a frame without getting off his seat. That's never happened.
Oh, dear.
That's not going to get there either.
Foul and a miss. Mark Williams, 4.
An inch further to the right, Ronnie, and you'll hit it properly.
Thank you.
Not the other side of it. Oh, he's hit it. Well done. Very good. 36 points away. He eventually hit it. And as you can see, that was the only way really he could get it in a safe position, or a safe-ish position.
I've done that myself plenty of times. You don't make your mind up what shot to play, and in the end you get down and don't play any. He was thinking of all sorts there, Mark.
A lot of cue power needed here. He wants to get back up for the blue or baulk colours. He's decided to play for the black, and that's dangerous, isn't it?
Would be if he didn't cue like him.
Ronnie knows how important this black is. If it goes in and gets on a red, it could be all over.
Eight.
Yes, John mentioned sometimes you're in two minds, but he's mishit that by 2 or 3 inches. Played a half ball and hit quarter ball.
9.
Well, he'd be very disappointed not to wrap up the match from here. Put these reds in the middle of the table if you were practicing.
16.
Obviously, we're never shocked at the result when people like Hendry and
17.
O'Sullivan play, but I was a bit shocked at obviously the scoreline with Hendry. I'm a little bit shocked at this one. I thought this would be a close match. OK, O'Sullivan may have been favourite coming into it, but I thought it was a 13-8, 13-9 match.
24. 25. 32. 33.
Oh, this really is a fabulous chance now to close the match out. If he had to give the 36 points away, he would have already been enough in front.
Yes, and he was absolutely
40.
virtuoso yesterday afternoon. 6 frames of the finest snooker I've ever seen played at the Crucible. Absolutely wonderful he
41.
was. And Mark Williams just had to sit and watch and appreciate. When he's in this form and hitting the ball as well as he is, and he's as focused as he is a serious handful for anybody in this tournament.
48.
Yes, with the result today, he's already gone favourite with Judd Trump going out. He's now 2-1 favourite before
49.
the evening session to win this tournament.
Yes, and what a matching prospect we've got with the Neil Robertson, who I thought in the second part of his opening session against
56.
Dave Gilbert was absolutely awesome. So it's a match to relish.
Yes, deserved of the
57.
one-table situation, but that's the way the draw is. O'Sullivan had dropped down the rankings. He wouldn't have expected to play Neil at this early stage, the quarter-finals, but that's the scenario now. He'll be pretty pleased with himself.
64.
Interesting to see his press conference to whether he feels like he's playing well.
65.
He certainly looks like he's playing as well as he has done for 2 or 3 years for me. I don't think I've seen him hit the ball this well for a while. Well, once again, we should have had a century in the first frame this evening. We could have had a century in this frame, but Ronnie O'Sullivan looked superb. Mark Williams offers his hand of congratulations. Ronnie O'Sullivan goes through to the quarter-final and wins the match by 13 frames to 6.
And please welcome, on table number 2, the most naturally gifted player ever to grace the modern game. He first won this title 11 years ago. He secured his 23rd ranking event win earlier this season, proving he's absolutely still got the magic. Bidding for his 14th Crucible quarter-final, some great touches on the table yesterday. The 3-time champion of the world. Blink and you'll miss him, the Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan. And his opponent, one of the finest sportsmen Wales has ever produced. Winner of an 18 ranking event titles in all. Victorious here in 2000 and 2003. He's arguably the most laid-back player on the circuit. Bidding for his 7th Crucible quarter-final, the Welsh potting machine, Mark Williams.
Thank you. Settle down now. Frame 9.
Hazel.
Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
And good afternoon, everyone at home. This could be something.
Thank you. Frame 13. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
He certainly is, Hazel. And he's gone from 3-2 behind to this 9-3 advantage. But typical Mark Williams, he was up in the Champions Lounge, he could have been leading 9-3. He's always been that sort of character, Mark. You never know whether he's won or lost. He's just so laid back. It's come up quite a bit short here. Ronnie may be tempted with the red to the left of the blue. Something's going to have to start happening for the Welshman here. Wobbled a few times, but it's a cracking pot, and he's right on the blue. He's spotted something on the cue ball that's just distracting him, and if he goes full into the pink, he's got to be careful those reds are not a plant into the right corner. I don't think he's even looked at that. I think he may be okay. We'll find out shortly now.
Yeah, it certainly will, and it's all about, as you say, flush onto the pink, which is touching the top of the red. They should split. And the two reds were not a plant. And that is not bad at all. He really did bounce off that pink. I don't think he could have come out a lot better than that, to be honest.
Mind you, he should never have had the chance of that difficult red. It was a careless one from Mark Williams to leave the safety short, or the attempt to just land in the reds. Pink out of commission at the moment. Not a good angle to get on the black because of the red to the right of the black. So
7.
It looks A1.
10.
Fairly straight on this red to hold for the black. Just be able to bounce it off the cushion and up, but it's no problem at all.
11.
Quite a bit of noise. We're at the mid-session interval on the other table, but the way Ronnie has been focused, I don't think he's even going to notice that. Red's just a little bit awkward. That's the people there just leaving for the mid-session interval. That's okay. There's one to the middle pocket. It's just covered.
18.
A couple of reds to the left corner.
Made a good decision there, in that one that would give him a lot of possibilities. And as you say, one to the middle pocket, the others are very nicely spread. Nothing out in the near cushion, everything in the open. So Ronnie with a chance to extend his lead. Looking somewhat ominous the way that this afternoon has gone.
Yeah, I don't think it would have mattered who he was playing against in this form.
24.
You know, his opponent was going to be sitting most of the frames in his seat.
25.
Still sitting at 95% with his pot success rate. That is excellent. Not the best this time.
32.
Still okay, but he'll have to head up for the blue again.
Mark would love to come back to the table, but it's unlikely that he will. I think the way things are going, he's already perfectly on the blue.
It's virtually one chance in the frame's over. He's had breaks of 107,
48.
74, 51, 68.
$39.
And now he's right in amongst the black spot as well. That's the other thing.
46.
Playing on the blue earlier, but in a few shots this could
47.
be 10-3.
Couldn't avoid the cannon into that red.
54.
It's okay. It's a bit closer to the cushion than he would have liked.
55.
And it's just a matter of the yellow, but he's got a position where he can leave himself on. Just watch where he puts the cue ball here. He'll have a choice of at least 4 reds. Now watch this. He's got a red to the left middle, one to the right corner, and one to the
57.
left corner.
And when you see break
58.
building like this, you feel there's no difficult shots on, and the game looks so easy. People at home think, well, I could almost do this myself. The pots perhaps, but it's just that his cue ball control is under such tight measures, then really you feel that
65.
no shot that he plays is particularly difficult.
66.
Well, the shot that Mark Williams played wasn't particularly difficult, the safety shot, and he just underhit it, and this has been the result.
71. 72. 79. 80.
Well, every chance of another century, and that would be the 45th century at the Crucible this year. And another £200 for the Haven House Children's Hospice.
85.
And this red in the middle was the more difficult of them as well, so by potting that,
86.
it makes it a real good thing when you make the century. Hit into the middle pocket at quite a lot of speed there. It was quite a narrow angle, but there isn't much that's stopping O'Sullivan, and we're seeing the full repertoire of shots.
93. 94.
He's made 42 centuries this season, Ronnie. He's made 108 at the Crucible, believe it or not. And there's another one. It just keeps getting better and better for Ronnie O'Sullivan and his army of fans.
103.
And what an exhibition this has been at the Crucible this afternoon. Mark
106.
Williams just can't do anything about this. He has been playing well, but he just hasn't had a chance to play. It's as simple as that. And look at the
110.
side on that. Look at the side on that cue ball. the way around the houses again.
115.
This is as good as it gets. And look at this positional shot as well. Not only the pot, look at the cue balls finish. Unbelievable break. And what a reception Ronnie O'Sullivan gets from this crucible crowd. He just keeps marching on, and he now leads Mark Williams 10 frames to 3.
Thank you. Frame 14. Mark Williams to break.
Quite amazing to think it could be one with a session to spare. Didn't seem any way like that when the match was 3-2 to Mark Williams. And John Parrott asking about the favourite for the tournament. I can tell you that with the sponsors Betfred.com, Neil Robertson has been favourite. Who does the winner of this match play? Neil Robertson. So there you are. That's making the bookmakers scratch their heads because, you know, Ronnie like this would be the favourite for any tournament. He hasn't won this match yet, we know, but he's looking very good to do so. Is he going to continue along these lines? He always does well against Mark Williams. He doesn't always win matches. Anyone that's never seen snooker before would say, how does this guy ever lose? Well, he does sometimes. He doesn't always play like this.
And immediately, chance of a long red. And look at the flick on the blue. And he's on the green. He can pot the green. He can cannon into the bunch of reds. When things are going well, they really run for you, because without the flick on the blue, he wouldn't have been on a colour. He's even got an angle on the blue to go into the reds, but the green looks the better angle. Well, this time he's played for the one loose red. But you know what he's going to do from this position. He's going to split the reds. The pink will probably spring free.
5.
Not the best, though. I suppose when he is like this, you just don't expect him to do anything wrong. And he's playing a difficult black with his left hand, and even that floats into the pocket. But where's that cue ball? And if he pots one from here, unless there's a plant there, do you know, if there's a plant there, it just shows you when you're going well, there's always something available, and it looks as if that plant, well, he'd have to make it, but it is a possibility.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that's why he played the shot in the way that he did on the black, because it for once didn't seem quite as positive as otherwise. Nicely done, but he's lost the cue ball. And that means it only pops to the left middle. He's actually quite lucky to be on it in the middle pocket. Just a little hop of the foot there from Ronnie, knowing he'd misjudged that with the position. slice of good fortune there from O'Sullivan, but as we've said, he deserves it because he's playing so well. No ready move to play on the black in the way that he got on it.
20.
Well, not only was he
21.
on the black, he was on it in such a way that he could run through for that red. So everything's just so easy at the moment.
It's about the only piece of luck that he's needed, though, because everything else has been pure skill positionally. His shot selection is absolutely breathtaking at times. And how
28.
quickly he sees the shot.
A little bit closer to the pink than he intended. Having to take the blue instead. But even that, look at the position.
34.
Well, it's just a privilege and a pleasure to be sitting here watching this and talking about it.
Well, that's right. The players still
45.
like to watch O'Sullivan. Like to see how he hits the ball, the shots he plays, and that's even some of his rivals who don't really want to be watching snooker all that much, but he still makes them turn their heads because he's quite something. He really is.
42.
I've never seen anyone
43.
play snooker like him, and we've got some great players like Stephen Hendry in this tournament. He's magnificent, but even Ronnie at times, it's him in the shade, I think, just with his class of
50.
stroke. He was absolutely born to play this game.
51.
Well, he just falls into position every shot. He just comes around the table and it's just so natural for him. And he's got the perfect angle here. If there's no red available, one more cannon here and it's end of frame.
And, well, 256 that he is now without the play. And really, anyone could be sitting where Mark Williams is. It would have made no difference.
57.
He's not getting a shot. And as a consequence, he's not really doing much wrong. He's just not getting a chance. We've seen it before with O'Sullivan playing snooker at this level, but it's not an everyday occurrence.
64.
Because the game is just not as easy as he's making it look.
65.
And after this black is gone, another frame is also gone. Straight it in, that's the key. Didn't have to use much force. He's very happy with
72.
the tip, happy with the conditions, and clearly very happy with
73.
himself.
Well, look at that shot there. The reds were all tied up. He's flicked the reds, finished perfect on the blue, just as he played it, and now every chance of another century.
78. 79.
A referee has to
86.
be so nimble when Ronnie's like this.
87.
I guess you could have a referee, one on each side of the table, Dennis. And they could take balls out of one side and from the other side as well. Oh dear, that's
93.
very unfortunate. So it's going to be some shot to make the century.
O'Sullivan,
I don't think
93.
Ronnie O'Sullivan was too concerned, apart from the charity, of course. But that's another frame for Ronnie O'Sullivan. With a break of 93, he is quite brilliant this afternoon, and he's surging away from Mark Williams.
Thank you. Frame 15. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Yeah, it's always the big argument, who's the greatest player that's ever played the game. Still Stephen Hendry for me, the most naturally gifted player that's ever picked a cue, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah, he's improving on his pot success, up to 96%. Now it was 94 at the start. You think, hang on, you can only go one way from here, that's down, but not so.
And even there, not a good safety shot from Mark Williams, and every chance now that this match could finish with a session to spare. Ronnie just needs 2 more. There's 2 more to be played this afternoon. Oh, well, he's made a mess of that. It's a great pot, and unlucky not to be on the black. So even Ronnie can't do everything perfectly. So come on, Mark, you've got to put a good safety, a good telling safety in. Try and give yourself a chance. In fact, you can get back down the table, but the yellow's off its spot, so there's nothing over that side of the table to play him behind. And he could push a red over the corner here. Yeah, there's a little bit of pride at stake now for Mark Williams. Bit too thick. But even then he hasn't left anything easy. The fact that he's kissed the blue. Okay, Mark's quite a tall lad, but he's just playing the safety. No value in trying to cut this one in. We haven't had many bouts of safety. We might need a few here to sort this out. In fact, I'm going to have the great pleasure on the 12th and 13th of May at the Bedworth Civic Hall of captaining a Ryder Cup style team, and Ronnie's in my team along with Jimmy White and John Parrott, who's in the studio, as we watch that long red go in, not on a colour. And Cliff Thorburn's coming over, and he's going to captain the rest of the world team with the darling of Dublin, Stephen Hendry and Tony Drago. So we're going to have a terrific weekend after the World Championship. It's near Coventry. He's missed.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
Phone the police, Neil. He's missed a pot.
It must have been tight, that one. He had a look at it. It only just went. But I suppose he was going to miss it just to the near jaw because it was a close thing. Mark Williams has
1.
potted one. First time for a long time. You have to go way back. 28 minutes in playing time, and that can be a long time and a lot of points against O'Sullivan. 28 minutes sitting down.
And this has to go all the way around the table. He has to miss the yellow. It's a little bit awkward. That's usually the case when you've been kept off the table and you're out of your rhythm. When you get a chance, it's not an easy one. See, he couldn't avoid the cannon onto the yellow. And now he's faced with a medium range pot.
7.
There is a possibility that he could get through for the black here. Might be able to hold for the pink. Yeah, he can. but he's floated that one between the reds. But I'm just looking, are they all covering each other into the left corner if he just drops the black in? Beautifully played. They were covering each other. He had to get the cue ball over there. If he just rolls this in, he's not on anything.
15.
So that's a very good shot from Mark Williams.
Made a difficult shot look easy there, and this is also, well, he's got to stretch over, bridging over that red, just to get some stun on this, to get high enough to go on the black.
16.
I think he's played that particularly well also. He might be a bit straight on it, but it was still well controlled. Well, I suppose if you could win these two frames for 11-5, we have known it here at the Crucible. A couple of years ago, Neil Robertson, 11-5 down, checked out of his hotel against Martin Gould, and came back and won the championship. Never won the match. But he'd have to do that, have to win this frame and the next. Even then, it would be an extremely
23.
tall order.
That was amazing that year that he come back and beat Martin Gould, and then we seen those fabulous pictures of his mum coming over from Australia. It was brilliant. And he was favourite for this year's Betfred.com World Championship until about 15, 20 minutes ago when they installed Ronnie O'Sullivan as favourite. Come on, Mark.
32.
Let's see a nice century from you here.
Well, he's been completely outplayed. This is his best break since frame 4, which was an awfully long time ago.
39.
A break of 64 in that frame, and nothing
40.
since. But really, that's not even criticism of Mark at all. He's had little chance. Ooh, struggled in, which means that the cube was not as far up the table as he would have wanted. Which wasn't a clean pot.
47.
And he's got to push through the reds here, as you can see. He's
48.
okay. He's on black and pink. And this will be nice if he can score enough to clinch his first frame for quite a long time. 9 frames in a row he's lost.
I think he felt that the ball bounced off
55.
the cushion. It's made no difference this time because there was a red up the table, but I'm sure he played on something below the pink.
56.
He's been perfect for snooker this afternoon. No criticism of tables whatsoever. It's been something special.
Yeah, well, I had a little knock on one of the practice tables, and Stephen Hendry was next to me. I never thought I'd be on the practice table next to Stephen Hendry again
62.
at the Crucible, but we were doing a little bit for the Paul
63.
Hunter Foundation, and the tables are beautiful to play on. They really are.
Now, this is very good for Mark Williams.
70.
First real chance for best part of 4 frames. And he takes it.
71.
Yeah, well done, Mark. Every credit to you for this effort.
$78. 79.
Not a good angle. He'll have to play some sort of exhibition shot to get nicely on a ready. Could just drop it in being left-handed. But there we go. Watch the white. He had so much check side on that.
86.
Can he double this red or knock it up into the corner to make a possible century break?
Well, we
Unlucky,
want
but what an effort from the Welshman. 9 frames in a row he lost. He got one sniff of a chance there, and he won the frame with a break of 86, but he's a long way back at 11-4. No attempt at the pot there. This has been the longest frame of this session, not surprisingly, with the breaks that Ronnie O'Sullivan's knocked in. He's had 107, 74, 51, 68, 128, 93.
Yeah, and it's the only close frame as well, and that was a double kiss, and that was a big mistake from Ronnie, and now Mark has got a really great chance to win this frame.
4.
Well, fair play to Mark Williams. He made that 86 break in the previous frame, and every chance now, if he can get nicely on the pink, to win this last frame of the session and give himself a glimmer of hope.
I think he made a good decision on the brown earlier, not to play it down the cushion.
9.
Played the snooker, and he's kept the advantage ever since. Now then, has he got the angle? I think he has, to get from pink to black.
15.
Very, very enjoyable, this session of snooker. It's been terrific stuff. All credit to Mark Williams for winning the last 2 frames in a dazzling session where Ronnie O'Sullivan, for the most part, was absolutely magnificent. The match is still on though, and going into tomorrow night's final session, it is Ronnie O'Sullivan leading Mark Williams 11-5.